Hi, my name is Evan Bailey, and this will be my final reflection for EDM 310. The big question for this final reflection was not how I did what I did or how I accomplished what I accomplished. It was how I have changed as a result of EDM 310. I think there are two factors to take into account when talking about EDM 310 is how have I changed personally and how have I changed professionally, if at all. Before I started EDM 310, I had a basic knowledge of how to use a computer, how to operate one, those kinds of things, but I had no idea of all the useful tools and things like that on the internet. I had no idea what all the internet had to offer in terms of things that I can use in my personal life and my professional life. At this point, I think the best thing I've ever done in my life is buy a MacBook Pro, and I know that'll make Dr. Strange happy that I said that, but it truly helped me in a way that I had my own stuff at home. I didn't have to necessarily go to the lab. I could call or email or some other means of getting in hold of a lab assistant. So, without too many words, buying a MacBook Pro is probably the best thing I've ever done. All that being said, let me talk a little bit about how I have changed from a personal standpoint. Before EDM 310, I had a cell phone, a BlackBerry, and I used it for phone calls and texts. Now, I interact with my wife using Skype, Google Hangouts, or FaceTime, which is something I'd have never done in the past. I interact with my own friends through Twitter, those kinds of things. I was never a real big fan of Twitter. I'm still not the biggest fan of Twitter, but I think in terms of a personal learning network, Twitter is paramount. I have a newfound confidence when I use the internet or various tools on the internet. When I use my computer, I'm personally just so confident now in what I can do and creating videos and scavenger hunts for information, using the technology at hand and using my computer to its fullest potential. Those things are things that EDM 310 has given me, and I will forever be grateful for that. In terms of professional development, I believe that EDM 310 has given me more than any other course I've ever taken in my life, and I really mean that in terms of having a PLN, personal learning network, that I can carry with me throughout my career, and I plan to continue to build on my PLN, and the tools that I found on the internet that I could use in my future classrooms are paramount in what I'm trying to do when I get to that point. Time management, skills I've learned in time management, this class, it requires a lot. I look at this class as a puzzle or like a Lego piece where you have to look at the instructions, find the details, make sure every piece gets in its place at the right time. All those things go in with time management, plus having to take this class with other courses I'm taking this semester has really, kind of woken me up to what college is all about today, and it's hard. It's not easy. It's not for everyone, but if you're willing to put the time in and you're willing to take the time to read the directions, learn the information, and then apply it, then you're going to be far ahead of the game. And I feel like that EDM 310 is a class that kind of encapsulates all of that stuff in terms of time management. I can't personally say that I'm a big fan of project-based learning for one reason only, and it's because that it's hard. It's just hard. And it's hard, especially when you're dealing with teammates. I loved my group this semester, but at the same time, I felt like it's tough having to deal with a group when they have an effect on your grade, or could possibly have an effect on your grade. That being said, I thought my group did a wonderful job throughout the semester, but in terms of EDM 310 and how I've changed in that aspect, collaborating with my group via Google Hangouts, which is the preferred tool we used, over Skype. Skype it's limited in what it has to offer, but we used Google Hangout quite a bit. Loved it. Used it with other people I know. So Google in itself, everything Google is awesome right now, in my opinion, and that may change in the future with as fast as things are apparently moving. But I recommend Google and everything Google has to offer to any future students of EDM 310. Do I feel like I am technologically literate as a result of EDM 310? Yes. The answer is most undoubtedly yes. EDM 310 has by far taught me more raw knowledge over the last 4 months than I think I ever have in my life. And a lot of that is a result of me and working hard, but a lot of that is a result of Dr. Strange and his curriculum for this class. It's tough, it's not easy, but if you put the time in and really get into it and try to enjoy what is being taught to you, then the result will not only be hopefully a good grade, I want an A, but the result will also be something you can carry with you for the rest of your life. And that's what I'm about right now. At first I wasn't that way, but now I can't wait to learn something new in terms of what's out there technologically, and so I'm pretty stoked about all of that. In summary, I want to thank Dr. Strange and all the wonderful lab assistants, Stephen, Carly, Bailey, all you guys, Elizabeth. If I leave some of you out, sorry. Y'all have all been truly wonderful and answered every question I had, and I'm going to continue to be in you guys' hair, I'm sure, because I have lots more questions. Unfortunately, there's only so much time in a semester. I'll say it again, EDM 310 is the greatest class I've ever taken in my entire life. What I take with me from EDM 310, I will take with me for the rest of my life. This is awesome. And for any future students, I suggest that you keep an open mind, stay positive about it, prepare for a lot of time at home writing, but you get to write your opinions and you get to publish those opinions in front of a worldwide audience. So, and you get feedback. So you get a sense of accomplishment just in the feedback that you get.